Talk to somebody and ask the person, who is your daddy? Ask somebody, who is your daddy? Now, please, can you answer who your daddy is? Let me tell you, my daddy is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. My daddy is the monarch of the universe. He's the one who saith a thing and it cometh to pass, and nobody can change it. When he opens the door, nobody can shut it. That's who my daddy is. Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? Ask somebody that question one more time. Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? Do you know who your daddy is? He is the Ancient of Days. He is the one who uses the basket to fetch water, to ridicule the bucket. When he comes out, every mushroom god shrinks. He is the one that created the heaven and the earth. My daddy is the one who lives in heaven and makes the world his footstool. He carries the weight of the world upon his shoulder. My problem is too small to threaten him. My daddy is the one who never gets goose pimples, no matter how big my problem is. When my problem comes, I remind my problem of who my daddy is. Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? Galatians chapter 1 verse 10. We see Apostle Paul. He was a very rugged man. He came to that point where he said, I am not waiting for validation from anybody. See what he said in Galatians chapter 1 verse 10. For do I now persuade men or God? Do I seek to please men? For if I yet pleased men, I should not be the servant of Christ. Apostle Paul came to that point when he knew that the real validation is validation from within. Real validation is what you tell yourself concerning what God has told you. Are you convinced about the path that God has created for you? Joseph, even though he was a young boy, said, I cannot do this great sin and wickedness against God, because even though he was in a strange land, he knew that his sustenance was not just from that land, that there was a God who was backing him up. Beyond seeking for people's approval, seek for God's approval. Because when you please the Lord, what does the Bible say? He makes your enemies to be at peace with you. He makes your enemies your campaign managers. He makes your enemies to be the ones that root for you when your way please the Lord.